Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to another version of the North Bank Summit featuring myself, Johnny Gooner Brooks, Ian the Hitman Jenkinson, I'll just give you a new nickname Ian, why not? Mark Superstar Dunning and Bez the main man. Oh, is it Kel Mendy or something? Something like that.
That's my full name, but it's not, I don't mind, don't worry.
Go on, that's my count to go on.
We call him Bez the Maracas.
I'll do this then.
Go on.
Cheers, guys.
Go on. Right,
how we all getting on?
Very well. Very well. Good to be on again.
The nerves are jangling. There's a big day coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you possibly mean. I mean, I've just about recovered from watching England. I mean, I've just about woken up. I don't know about you three, but God, the international break is boring. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was saying Ian beforehand, you know, it's been quite nice not having to worry about Arsenal. But now I wish it was international break again because then now I'm starting to crap my pants.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you think it's bad watching, you know, international football while being English and an England fan, you can only imagine. Mark will back me up here what it's like watching the Republic of Ireland at the moment. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They drew with Belgium as well, though, didn't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
we drew Belgium, lost Switzerland. Didn't score a goal in either.
Ferguson missed a penalty, didn't he? In the first game?
Yeah. Very poor penalty. I think Southgate's against Germany all those years ago. More or less a carbon copy.
Yeah, we won't mention Gareth Southgate in the show because they're not allowed to swear. So
moving swiftly on.
Yeah, right. Without further ado, unfootball related, but I just want to send love and congratulations to Liam Gardner and his lovely wife Sarah on her birth of their second boy Billy. There they are, a beautiful picture. Known a long time now. Well, it's going to be over 20 years, and it's absolutely wonderful to see him settle down with his family. Two cracking little boys. And more importantly, two Gooners. So again, great news, mate. I'm glad you're healthy and Sarah and Billy are now home. And yeah, love to you all.
Congrats.
Very well said, Brooksy.
Yeah, no, he's a good man. Like I said, yeah, I mean, I don't even go into the story about how many. It was 2001. It was the FA Cup semi-final, Arsenal against Spurs. Now, I used to live in a place called Biggin Hill with my mum and dad, which is near Bromley, about an hour from London. And I worked, showing my age, at a supermarket called Safeway back in the day, which is... And there was a lad at work called Paul Coveney, and he was a Tottenham fan. And funny enough, we're very good friends now, still, as is Liam, you know. And as it happened, Paul was like, I'm going to bring my mate down. He's an Arsenal fan like you. We'll watch the Cup semi-final, all right. But as it happened, my brother, who unbelievably is a Spurs fan, he was up for the weekend. So it was like a weird double date. I took my brother for Paul and Paul brought Liam for me. And obviously we won 2-1 and 23 years later, we're still cracking them.
Did I just hear you say, Brooksy, that your brother's a Spurs fan? Your brother?
Yeah, he's a weird black sheep of the family. And it's strange because when we were growing up, he's 2 years older than me. And I swear he was either Arsenal or... No, he was either Man United or Liverpool. And I supported Arsenal since I was 6 years old. And, I think someone must have told him at school was that they're rivals or something. And all of a sudden, I don't know, about 10 or 11, he just decided to start supporting Tottenham. So...
That's strange.
It is odd, yeah, but obviously I've had the last laugh and he's miserable. So, you know.
Long-term misery for him.
Yeah, he is. He still laughs at me now, but I'm just like, you can't really say anything, mate. Anyway, I'm digressing. Ian George has just put something on our other group saying he can't get on.
All right, okay, very good. Fair play to you, Georgie. Here we go. We were waiting for you, pal.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
How you doing, George?
I'm all right. Sorry about that. Like
I love that dramatic late entrance. I love that.
weather really it's atrocious. So we have power cuts and everything.
Oh, it's horrendous. It is here. It's very windy and wet. Yeah, it's not the best.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
Typical bank holiday weather for England, sadly.
We sent it over to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, cheers. You can have it back.
You're very welcome.
Good stuff. Glad you're on it, George, because I'll mention the other cup final on Sunday. You can talk to me a lot about that and educate me.
Oh yeah. I had bits. I had the bit when you said about Liam. So yeah, congratulations to Liam.
Yes. No. Absolutely.
Yeah. Obviously, talking about cup finals. I'm off there on Sunday. So
Yes. Yeah. I was chatting to Ian beforehand, George. It's a kickoff at 3:00.
yeah. So
That's crazy. I was saying
Someone make that make sense.
No, I know. I can't believe it. I'm just saying, trying to promote women's football and not being funny. They've got the biggest game of the season for the men.
Yeah.
Kicking off in a crucial time when the cup finals on. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Is there's a big thing that the women's side and the men's side don't do, and it's called communicate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I'd like to be fair. There's even like places in Wolverhampton that didn't even know about I just think the Conti Cup's not been that great organised or planned at all this season.
And that's the version. That's the women's version of the League Cup. Is that correct?
Yeah. So basically, for those who don't know, that's basically the women's Carabao Cup, which we're very good at. Not like the men. But yeah, it's kind of leave Molineux. Hopefully, see us Arsenal win, lift the trophy, and then I can watch Kai Havertz win us the game against City.
Well, there's a possibility that we might
Sounds like a
already
great
have
plan
won
to
it
me,
by then.
George.
We might be 5-2 up at half time.
I'll take 3-0 at half time if I've missed all the goals.
Oh, mate. So, well, let's go into it then. Obviously, the big game on Sunday, the small matter of Manchester City away, 4:30 kickoff. Anthony Taylor is refereeing. Goody.
Yeah.
So, obviously, at
Possibly
the moment,
go wrong.
Oh, exactly. At the moment, we're top of the league. Obviously, Liverpool play beforehand about 2-ish at home to Brighton. You would expect them to win, although you never know. Now Brighton are out of Europe. They have to start winning games to get back into Europe. So, and again, after international break, it's the same with Arsenal, to be honest. You never know what's going to happen. It's just one of those. But obviously, you would think we're going to need to go and win up there to stay top. So, Ian, what do you think?
Well, do you know what? I'm obviously very, very nervous. But if ever there was a time that we could beat them, it's this weekend. Especially if, there's a few people, including some Arsenal players, who are on the maybe list for making the game. If we get lucky and we end up full strength and they're missing, say, John Stones and one other maybe, or even just John Stones, it might make all the difference. But I'm just delighted. Well, I hope it ends up that we are full strength, because we have not played City, especially away, full strength in years. And it seems every time we go there, we're missing nearly the spine of the team. So I'm not saying we're going to win, but I think if it now's the time to do it. Now's the time to lay down a marker. Would I take a draw? Yes, I think I would. But I think we could really go out and shock a few people this weekend. I really do.
That's the thing. Obviously, there's 3 people that everyone's saying are 50-50s. Obviously, Saka, Gabriel, and Martinelli. Mark, out of the 3, I mean, it looks like Martinelli. I've heard some scary rumours, actually, that he could be out for quite a while. I reckon Saka and Gabriel should be okay because, they're both made of, they're always, how can I put this? Not made of sterner stuff. I'm not saying Martinelli isn't, but they just seem, Saka never really misses many games. No. Obviously, if any of them are missing, it's going to be a bit of a blow, a boot to Man City. But then, of course, if you look at Man City, on my list, Edmonds a big doubt, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Akanji, and De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Now we expect most of them to play. Oh, did he train? Of course he did.
Ederson and De Bruyne both trained today, so they should be okay. Stones and
Stones
Walker didn't.
I think Stones might miss it. I think Walker will be all right, but I think Stones.
Yeah, Stones is a huge miss for them. He's a very, very important part of what Pep does and how he sets up the team. So he would be a huge loss in terms of the way they want to play. He's very, very good at stepping into midfield from either right back or centre back. He would be a big miss, but as I said, with all these things, you're always a bit dubious until you actually see the team sheet.
Absolutely, and that's it, Bez, isn't it? Mikel Arteta has become very good at playing the old mind games. So, I mean, Twitter are very clever as well. They put Arsenal ready for Man City, and they don't really show any of the players, so no one knows who's actually there or not.
Exactly, just surprise them. As I said in our previous podcast I did with you guys, just let's surprise these big boys, so-called big boys. You think now they can just say, "Oh, we're gonna beat the Arsenal. Look, we have surprises too, like we did in the home game." I'm hoping he does the same thing this time. He's got nothing to lose. Just go for it. I mean, as Ian said, I'll go for the point, but I'll happily take the win. I mean, it's Easter Sunday. Why the hell not? Let's go for it.
And you said Easter Sunday, so does that mean Gabriel Jesus is going to score a hat-trick, George? What do you reckon? It's written, isn't it? The headlines are there to be made.
All the headline writers are praying for it. Yeah.
So instead of after 3 days, Jesus rose, it'd be after 3 goals, Jesus rose.
Can you imagine? That'd be amazing.
That'd be fantastic, though. That'd be fantastic to have happen.
So
it'd be nice.
I think what people need to remember, we didn't have Saka in the home game, as far as I know, from what I remember.
100%. Yeah,
did he not play against Man City? Did he not?
No, he was missing. Yeah,
Jesus played right wing that day. I think our front line that day to start was Jesus, Trossard, and then Nketiah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because Martinelli come off the bench, didn't he?
Yeah. Good call, mate.
That's a great shout.
That does not mean that I want to. Everyone knows how great of a fan I am of Eddie Nketiah. I was saying to a taxi driver this morning, I went, "This is the best chance we've got of beating City." I could see how fake those City injuries were. Like, not having it. But I don't know. Out of the 3, I don't think Martinelli plays, to be honest.
No, he seems to have disappeared. I mean, they haven't really said what. I know he had that. He got a cut on his foot at the Sheffield United game. But have I missed something? I don't think I've ever seen any news of what actually has happened to him.
No,
if you've missed it, I've missed it as well. So
yeah, I think obviously you've had all the infamous. They think they know everything. ITK is saying he's out for the season.
Yeah, that's what I see earlier, but I don't know how true that is.
I believe it when Mikel says personally, but I'm not dead against seeing Cedric Suarez on the left wing.
That's not even funny. Not even funny.
Cedric, take Haaland out.
Well, yeah.
On a serious note, I know people are saying Trossard. I would not be surprised, mate, if you see Jesus on the left.
Well, again, it's just good to have options. And I was just thinking earlier, got a few things written down. Resume Jorginho will play.
Yeah.
Will he throw Thomas Partey in? Will Jesus play, or will he carry on with Havertz up front? Because to be honest, I don't think Kai Havertz should be dropped, because I think he's been absolutely outstanding the last one and pivotal to how we're getting on.
I would not be playing Partey. Partey won't be near that first. I just think you need to go into that game with players that have been playing regularly and that haven't let us down. I know people do like Thomas Partey, but the midfield two that have got us to where we are is Rice and Jorginho. Partey, I think, don't get me wrong, he's a great player unless he's playing against QPR in a pre-season friendly. But I would, Rice, Jorginho, I don't think they've done anything wrong. I agree with Havertz. The only reason I say Jesus on the left, I've never really been a fan, Mark knows, of this Trossard starting games. My only concern is Kivior. Like I think he's been absolutely brilliant, but he just played 120
Yes.
and penalty shootout for Poland. Is he gonna? Would that be where City target him?
But that was Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think he's a very fit boy. I'm not too worried about that, if I'm honest.
I don't think we've got many choices, mate, because I don't want to be seeing Zinchenko. So
No.
No,
Well, that
definitely
is the
not.
worry, though. Obviously, Jesus and Zinchenko, former Man City boys. Do you think Arteta will play them both? They've got a point to prove. I think Jesus will play. I think he'll be on the wing in place of Martinelli, and I'm hoping Saka will be on the other side. But yeah, I do wonder Zinchenko big game whether Arteta will chuck him in.
He can't start Zinchenko away.
No, I do worry that, Mark.
He just can't.
he'll
Do
just
absolute crazy stuff. He's just not good enough defensively.
he'll
No,
be
he's not.
We saw when we went to Anfield. Every chance they got was down his side. We can't start him on Sunday. Just can't.
What I will say about Man City, and this will definitely bite me on the arse, so I'm really sorry.
Don't say it.
But don't just how can I put this? They're wingers. They haven't really got any. No, Liverpool had Salah. Salah will rip anyone apart, but they haven't got anyone like that. I know they've got Haaland and De Bruyne and Foden, but they haven't got an out-and-out winger that terrifies me. Doku is a wonderful player, brilliant player. Doku, wonderful, but he doesn't. He's not Saka. You know what I mean?
I did try. I
think
find it, like, they ain't got a winger, but you've just named under a quarter of their team.
Yeah, I know, but they're not wingers. So Zinchenko. Like I said, you're saying Zinchenko is going to get ripped apart, but I don't think by them he will. Whereas like Salah, he would. If you get my drift.
I just don't trust Zinchenko. Like,
I don't either. But
I just think
I've got a funny feeling he's going to play.
it's not even that he'll get ripped to pieces. I just think he'll make a stupid mistake because his head took over. Though he's playing City, that he'll try and do one of those stupid passes he doesn't need to do.
But of course, they've disqualified for the Euros, so he should be bouncing. So he'd be going into the game full of confidence.
Yeah, he's been one of the most underrated. I don't know if you guys agree. I think he's been one of our most underrated players, like Kivior. Like he had the
I think he's brilliant. Yeah,
he had the nightmare against Liverpool, wasn't it? The cup or one of those games. And then since then, I think it's been brilliant.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I think for me, I wouldn't start Zinchenko at all. I would stick with Kivior, even though their wingers, Doku for me for now, and I know he will improve. Doku for me is a bit Pepe. He's like for me, he's not great. I that might come back to bite me now come Sunday. But
me and you are going to hide him, mate.
Yeah, I know. But I would 1,000,000% start Kivior ahead of Zinchenko. Maybe Zinchenko for chasing the game. Maybe Zinchenko could come on and finish the game. But I just don't think it'd be a good idea to throw Zinchenko in there. Like I really don't.
After that prediction, I take it me, Bez, and Mark are hosting next week.
Yeah. Me and you move to Alaska by then.
Yeah.
And just a quick shout out to lads.
Yeah, so Siberia. Just a quick shout out to G there. As she said, good evening, legends. Thanks very much, G. I have a great question coming up in a few minutes. I won't put it up yet. And of course, Colonel there says, I love this. Do you remember that movie, The Baldies? We need to go in there with that attitude. Do not F with us. I love that.
Yeah, it's true, to be fair. I mean, I don't know if you see what game it was in the tunnel. It just saw the Arsenal players well up for it. We've got a great chance. We're no longer the underdogs. Guardiola, I think he knows. I think he's never been as scared of us as he is now.
No.
The stuff he comes out even now, there's a lot of stuff for show. But yeah, we're the team to beat at the moment. We're top of the table for a reason. I mean, to go there and show everyone, shut all the usual idiots up in the media, give it all this. And, I know I shouldn't pay much attention to it, but I'm sure you've seen that what they're doing the rounds with Neville and Carragher. I mean, if Arsenal lose, then they're out of the title race. If Man City lose, they can still win the league.
That's standard.
it's standard, isn't it?
I will say though, with the talking about Liverpool Brooksy before, I was shocked when I heard this stat. So don't shoot. But apparently Brighton are the 4th best defensive team at home.
Really?
Apparently,
Yeah, okay.
I don't know who that's judged by, but I thought they'd been all.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Hmm.
I don't think the Liverpool game will be that easy for them.
Well, no, that's the thing now. Obviously, you got to think, and maybe clutching at straws. You got every game you play now, but obviously Brighton are out of Europe, and I think that distracted them massively this season. And if they want to get back into Europe, they need to start winning a lot of games. So they need to win. So,
and
hopefully Danny Welbeck will go out there and score a hat trick.
I just think what we do for the City game, for those wrestling fans, we just go prime the Rock. This is what happens with the Arsenal. There you go.
So what we're thinking, boys? So let's get the predictions in early. Ian, you go first.
If we win, it's going to be obviously very, very tight. So I'm just going to go as positive as I can, and I'm going to go 1-0, same as the home game, 1-0 Arsenal. I think if we go up there and defend, I think our defense is unbelievable, especially away from home. Our record away from home is incredible. The mistakes that we make and the goals we concede, they normally are at home. So I'm just hoping for one of those perfect defensive away days, and that we can nick a goal against them. So I'm gonna go 1-0 Arsenal.
Lovely, Mark.
I'll go 2-1 to the Arsenal. Similar to Ian, just defend properly, defend well, and again, set pieces could be a way in for us here this weekend. We've been very, very good with our set pieces, attacking set pieces, basically since Christmas, so that could be a way in for us. So yeah, I'll just go 2-1. Again, it's one of those. I remember a few years ago, you were dreading this fixture, absolutely dreading it. You'd be like watching it on telly, it's 2-0 after 20 minutes, grand, I can turn it off now. Fearing that was going to get to 5 or 6, and sometimes it did. But I think we go up there now with a lot of confidence. Certainly compared to maybe 4, 5, 6 seasons ago, kind of the end of Wenger era into Emery and the first couple of years under Arteta, we go up there with far more confidence than we have in a long, long time.
Yeah, I love that. Yourself, Bez, what are you thinking?
Yeah, a lot of things. I'm torn between 1-0, 2-1. Look, defensively look great, as Mark's saying, and I agree with both Ian and Mark. Defensively looks solid. I just think, in the back of my head, nick the goal, park the fucking bus. Excuse my language. Just
You carry on.
I'm sorry. I had to say that. Sorry, maybe it's the beer. Excuse me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll cut down the swearing. But basically, yeah, let's go there, give performance that we can be proud of. At least, again, nick a goal. Let's have a game. Let's give them a fight that tells them we mean business now. That way, we got brilliant for the last 6 years in that place. Let's show him who's boss this time out. Again, the home game was wonderful. The way we did it was beautiful. It was a beautiful win. If people say it was a lucky win, I don't care what they say, because we work hard for that win. And then let's just do what we do best and have a nice, pleasant Easter. That's what I'm saying, without saying any other more F-bombs. I promise. Sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry.
You're fine, mate. Go on,
I don't get too nervous. That's why I swear. When I get a bit nervous, I try to swear without realizing as well.
No, you're fine, mate. And yourself, Jules, what are you thinking?
So the bet I put on at 85-1 was 3-2 to Arsenal, and Kai saw the winner.
I love that. Go on.
I don't want that, because I'll probably, by the time the third winner goes in, I'll probably be in hospital. But I just think there's going to be a lot of goals. It's either going to go one or two ways. It's going to be like they're going to try and stalemate each other, or it's going to be a lot of goals. I'm more leaning to a lot of goals, but I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I actually trust us defensively.
Looks like George will be coming away with us next week.
Last word. So I think, you know what? Sod it. 3-2. Kai Havertz. Let's go. And then I can give more receipts.
No, I'll take that.
Brooksy, what about you, mate? What about you? We can't forget you now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
trying to dodge the question.
I always try and do it crazy. I like to do like a big prediction. I do think I'm the same with George. I do think we might. I think we might win 3-2. I mean, obviously, I'll take any result really, any win. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it does depend on who plays. I mean, Gabriel and Saliba have to play. You know, I know we've got decent backup now. Bless him, we haven't got Rob Holding, but we need more or less stuff, the full team. And yeah, like we're all saying, you know, we've got a great chance. You know, we go there and play the way we can. If we, you know, I know it's easy to say, we say this all the time. If we can go there and score early on, all of a sudden the pressure's on them. William, Saliba, and Gabriel were superb against Haaland last time. We beat them 1-0. And people say, I was lucky, whatever. Man City don't even had a shot on goal the whole game. I think Haaland had about 2 kicks in the football. And, you know, if we could do the same again, absolutely fantastic. And again, you know, we beat them in the Community Shield. For once, you could almost say we've almost got a little bit on Man City. I think they finally might be getting worried about playing us.
You're not going for a 6-1 then, Brooksy?
Oh, you know what? I was thinking 4-1, but I can't say that because you know, I mean, you all laugh when I said 5-1 against Newcastle, and I was very nearly correct.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one there from Michael Trimble. Good old Mick. If Arsenal win on Sunday, it's the first time Pep City or Oil Money City have lost to the same team 3 times in one season.
And it could be 5 when we beat them in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, one at a time, buddy. One at a time. One at a time. Come on now.
Oh, I know, man. I'm going to be dead by the end of the season.
Please, one at a time. I beg you. I beg you. Sorry, guys, to cut you off, everyone, but please, one at a time.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. It's so now it's obviously 10 league games to go, I believe, and you're thinking, "Oh, we win this one." It's so you're trying so hard not to get carried away and get away with yourself. And I was out with Liam Cope and another friend of ours, Mark, on Saturday night, and he was saying it's obviously it's normally just 2 teams, but now there's 3 teams involved. It's like, oh well, if we beat Man City, but you forget about Liverpool. It's just, it's going to be horrendous until the end of the season because I don't think many teams are going to drop points.
I've got a question for you guys. Do you think it's easier that we win the Premier League or the Champions League?
No, a lot of people say to me they really fancy us to win the Champions League. And I have no idea what they're basing this on because record. But I think they think that in a one-off game we can turn up and do it more than in other games.
Yeah,
which I do kind of get. But I just want to win something. I don't care which one. I don't mind. Just one will do.
Yeah, I like if you break it down to maths, not even maths, but like if we win 5 games, we actually don't even need to win 5 games. If we won 3 games in the Champions League, we could win the Champions League. You could win like one leg of both the quarters and the semi-finals and draw the other and then win the final. So we could be 3 wins away from winning the Champions League, whereas we've got 10, Champions League finals, if you like, in the league itself. But it's still a very, very big ask to win the Champions League. Like I said, we're still
the draw for the Champions League hasn't been kind to us either.
No.
It's very lopsided in the way it's worked out.
I think we knew.
But it is what it is. It's one of those. I think you could beating City or Real or Bayern over 2 games is far harder than just trying to do it once at Wembley. So the way the draw has worked out has not been kind. But look, it is what it is.
I do think whoever wins that side and gets to the final wins it.
Oh, surely.
I would imagine so.
You would think so. I mean, not being rude. I mean, again, it's so hard not to get carried away. But if we beat Bayern Munich and manage to beat Real Madrid or Man City, then surely it's coming home.
I'll take both. Gee, I'll take both. Thank you very much. I'll take both. Thank
Mate.
you.
Oh, yeah, shit,
Yeah, exactly.
What a double that would be.
And Saturday getting the sack, brilliant.
Oh, mate, it's just the absolute carnage. And that's even before the Euros have started in the Olympics. What a summer. Right, so after the Man City game, there was a bit of news breaking today. Let's say his name correctly, Ethan Nweri, I don't know how you say it. But
No,
he signed his first professional contract, I believe. Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know how long it is, but I presume it's long term. So make of that what you will. He's 16, is he, or is he 17 now?
Turned 17 today or last
17,
week.
is he? Yeah. I mean,
That's how
They
he's
had to
able to
wait till
sign
he
the
turned
contract.
17 to sign him. So
am I right in thinking when he came against Brentford, he was Arsenal's youngest ever player?
the Premier League's youngest ever, I think.
Young? Oh, there you go. I stand
Not
corrected.
even only Arsenal, yeah.
And he's obviously
I
fed
think he
him
still
little
holds
bits
that
and
record
pieces.
too.
And obviously they think very highly of him. I've seen some of his goals for England and Arsenal, and he looks very, very good. When he'll get a chance, God only knows. I presume next year. I don't know if else. Well, I presume they want to take him out on loan. I presume your Carabao Cups, and
yeah, I'd like.
it's obviously centre mid. I don't know how on earth he's going to get in yet. Bless him. Oh, look at that, Ian. You're a natural at this. But yeah, he's meant to be mustard by all accounts, so it's very exciting. A lot of top clubs in Europe wanted him, so
Yeah,
it's a great signing because his head was getting turned. I think, well, he's at the age he wants to play, which is understandable. He just needs to be patient.
I would like to see him go out on loan to a team that's either battling to come up from the Championship. Because I think it's the only criticism I have about Arsenal. We send too many players out on loans to teams that are not really going to test them at that level. So, like, I think that's where Charlie Patino's gone wrong.
He's not playing for Swansea anymore. I don't know what's happened. But...
The teams he's gone to, like like Swansea, are awful. Sorry, any Welsh fans, but they are.
I mean, he went to Blackpool before that as well, didn't he, George?
And they loved him there.
Two clubs struggling at the bottom of the Championship one year after the other. It's
like someone say like Ipswich or Leeds, I think then you can kind of gather and gauge whether he's going to make that level. Personally, I don't know if he will. I think he could be like someone who we sell. Like, apparently, we got offered 25 million for him in the summer. I'm shocked that we didn't. Yeah.
From who?
we sure, yeah. That's, yeah.
Team. I'm not sure.
Who was it? Chelsea, probably.
Guillermo to Chelsea, don't forget, guys.
Yeah, 25-year contract.
Million. But I think with Ethan Minari and Lewis Scully, I think them sort of players, and maybe the one who Mark or Ian might be able to help me with this. The one who's on loan at Sturm Graz. I can't pronounce. Is it Birath?
Mikkel Birath,
yeah, the striker.
He's doing really well.
Yeah.
Birath, he's doing really well by all accounts.
Players like that, I'd be disappointed if I'm not seeing them go to like small Premier League teams, like say Crystal Palace, West Ham. Sorry, I had to get that in.
Careful, George. Careful now, please. We don't want that a lot in our streams.
Yeah.
Please.
But yeah, like I think now, because if you remember, Jack Wilshere, he went on loan to Bolton, didn't he? Like,
when he was a Premier League.
Yeah, and I just think that's now maybe the. I think with Ethan Minari, what's on his side is that he's so young but so talented. And he's got Martin Ødegaard as a bit of a. I'd like to see Minari Ødegaard's understudy.
I mean, somewhere like Brentford or something would be a decent move for him on loan.
Yeah.
Because he would play or Brighton, you know.
No area that way.
But you look at Sambi Lokonga. Like, I know he's not. Some people say he's not going to stay. Fine, but since he went to Luton. He's really, really improved. Like at
He's
Palace,
done really well, yeah. No.
At Palace, I don't think he really done much. He had the man.
He hardly got a game.
Yeah, he didn't get a look in there, didn't play him.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So at Luton, someone like that, or if you see who's going to come up is someone like Ipswich or even Leicester, like is someone like that.
Or Leeds.
That's,
Yeah, Lee.
was your man who's over Leicester, the manager of Leicester, was he on the coaching staff at City with Arteta? So there may be a relationship there that they can leverage.
That's what I mean.
His name. He was working with Pep.
Maresca, isn't it? Maresca?
Yes, yeah. So if him and Arteta already have a working relationship, maybe we can leverage that and get some guys that are not quite ready for our first team, but that we want to actually find out about them. We could send them to somewhere like a Leicester, who, if they're under a Pep disciple, they're going to play a similar style of football to what we're playing. So you'll actually learn something about their adaptability as well if we send them to a club like that.
Just for me, I think we have 4 players. I don't know if you guys agree that are at that level. I think Walters is one of them. Maybe Minari, Scully, and then Biraf. I don't like out of the youngsters. I think they're at the level now that they need to go to a team, play week in, week out, but not like a League One team. Like, no disrespect to League One teams, they're some decent ones, but not for what we need. Like, I've heard about Walters for like the last year, but he don't seem to get a chance. So there's got. If it's that he's just needs to play some first team regular football, then why not? Like Mark said, if the relationships are there, like, kind of use them.
Yeah. We've got a message from Emerson Cozier, George. He's saying a low move for Mwaneri is too soon, as he needs to run a games in the under 21s and play in the Champions League next season.
Yeah,
I think it's if he's signing a contract, he's not going to.
The thing is, if Arsenal believe he's good enough to press on and be part of the first team squad.
League.
Oh, I thought you meant
the Champions League. No,
But this is what said. If he signed a deal,
Arsenal, go ahead, George.
I was going to say, if he signed a deal, he's going to want to play. So, would you rather him play week in, week out in a division where he's going to be tested week in, week out, or just in the under 21s and the Youth Champions League? For me, I'd like to see him nurture and build his footballing portfolio.
Yeah, I agree with George. I think if progression for him, if he's part of our first team squad, progression for him isn't going to be playing with the under 21s and in the Youth Champions League. It's going to be getting regular adult football, if you want, whether that's at the top of the championship or the lower half of the Premier League. That's where we're going to find out. He might tear it up in the under 21s or in the Youth Champions League, but we're not finding out much really in terms of how good he's going to be when we put him into our first team.
Well, also, what I compare it to, go back years ago, would you have wanted Fabregas to play in the Youth Champions League?
That's very true. No. They threw him in straight away.
That's the levels that, like, if you actually listen to people at Arsenal, they're not saying he's like Fabregas, but they reckon he's miles ahead of any of the other youngsters, and they wouldn't have given him a deal like they have. I've heard this.
Exactly.
I've actually heard it's like a 4-year deal. So if that's true, and that's quite the deal. I don't know. Arteta will know what he wants to do, but I'd rather see him play week in, week out. Like, you never know, he might work that hard, and Arteta tries and plays him in the cup games.
I worry this is another nail in the coffin for Emil Smith Rowe. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I think George says a 4-year deal. I think if he's that good, he'll start playing.
I think Smith Rowe. Personally.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
But if you get money, like I say, like, I think me and Mark, because many of our conversations end up in the pub.
No better place to have them, George.
Yeah, it's that point about the Maitland-Niles thing. When you compare it to Smith Rowe, we got offered all that money for Maitland-Niles. We didn't take it. But if someone comes in the summer and says, "Well, there's 42 million for Smith Rowe," you've got to take it, surely.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we kind of need to come to terms with Emil Smith Rowe going. I think there's an air of inevitability about it. Nobody's going to like it, But I've said on many shows or pods before that it's a sad thing, but it's a good thing. It shows we're evolving, we're getting better, and we're replacing players like Emil Smith Rowe who are very good, with potentially better players. And it's going to happen to more players. We're going to lose some players that we don't want to, because we have an emotional connection with them. But I think we just kind of need to get used to that. I think as the club grows, sad, but it's positive.
It's not a family business at the end of the day,
Like,
you have to be ruthless
about
these decisions,
I'll put it to you this way, and there's actually a great clip, and this is a silly question, but and people were asked, would they
stopped you before?
If you were to guarantee us winning the league next season, like guaranteed we win the league, but you have to sell Saka, would you do it? I've seen that clip, yeah, and there's a great clip where loads of Arsenal fans were like, "No, God, no!" And Saka was watching it and he thought it was brilliant.
Yeah,
but what are we? What are we though? Are we? And it's a very hard question to answer. Are we Arsenal fans? Do we want the club to succeed? Are we looking for players to succeed? It's we need to get that balance right in our own minds. We all have huge emotional connections to these players, but at the end of the day, we want Arsenal to win trophies.
but we can't sell. I can't sell Saka.
Yeah,
It's
a terrible question.
Someone's tried that Saka sauce as well from Nando's before. Now we're going to Easter, so I'm going to try after Easter. See what.
No, I haven't tried it yet. No.
I've got a funny story about this.
Go on.
So for those who don't know, obviously I can't see. So I went to Nando's the other day. I'm telling this story.
No pressure, George.
So it was. I tried the sauce, and they was like, "Oh, you can't take it with you." I thought, "Oh, what they can." So basically, I stole it out of Nando's, put it in my bag. I was walking down the road to the train station. Where I can't see, I bumped into the wall.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no!
Over Cambridge City town centre. So probably looks like a hate crime at the minute. Of all the people, they was all laughing. I was like, all the people that could happen to, it happened to me. So, but just saying about the Saka, what Ian said. If you're comparing the levels we're going to, I've seen us rumoured with Valverde. So are you saying that, if we sell Smith Rowe, we've got a better chance of selling Valverde, or would you rather keep Smith Rowe?
They actually look alike as well, them two. That's a bit strange.
That's a no-brainer, really, isn't it?
Yeah, do you get what I mean? So, if it's sad to sell Eddie and Nketiah, which I don't think it is. But then it means we can go for Victor Gyökeres. Between the two, it's like me and Brooksy walking down the road. You notice there's a big, massive difference.
Yeah, Brooksy's the one not walking into the wall.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You haven't seen me dance.
Brooksy don't take sauce. That's the difference.
I'm hot stuff.
Yeah, it feels like we have an emotional tag to players. It's going to be sad if we sell the Haaland. If they're not good enough, they're not good enough at the level we want to go to. I think the only thing they're bothered about is the Saka and Smith Rowe sign to be finished, wouldn't
it? Yeah, go on.
Nice.
Saka his own song.
Yeah, but yeah.
Anyway, there's a new song out there for Saka anyway, so it doesn't matter. I have that covered.
It looks really nice. It's making me really hungry.
We're still waiting.
Yeah, Ian, I forgot. Might have to sing it again.
Yeah, I think so.
I already put the request DJ, mate, so waiting.
I woke up this morning feeling fine. I got Bukayo Saka on my mind. He plays for the Arsenal just like he should. Oh yeah, something tells me Saka is really good. 2, 3, 4.
Go on.
You need to release
that up. Clip it up.
Christmas number one, is it?
All I'm saying is Who needs
We
boys?
need to get the Emirates singing it.
Who needs life? We've got Ian.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. Well, after the Man City game, I was going to do a tenuous thing about Lokonga playing for Luton, but we just happened to be playing next. But right. So we've got Luton Town on Wednesday night.
Brooksy, just before we go there, I just want to put up this question. We'll give it 2 minutes and we move on to Luton because the WhatsApp group was kind of hopping with this. If you don't mind, I'm just going to put a question up for the crack. This is a bit of fun, and we'll jump on to Luton.
Yeah,
this is from the legends at the Gooners pod. Which 3 footballers would you want backing you up in a pub fight? I asked them to send in a hard question, and they came up with this. And the answers in the WhatsApp group are absolutely hilarious.
Is it Arsenal players or any footballers?
Any footballers, I'm guessing.
Okay. Vinnie Jones. Patrick Vieira and Martin Keown.
So you went
Duncan
with
Ferguson,
Jones,
surely
Vieira,
have to be
and
in there
Keown.
as well.
Oh yeah, Duncan Ferguson. Yeah, he's brutal. He actually did prison time.
He could handle himself.
Yeah. Dundee United's finest. Oh, big Dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 3 are a bit obscure.
Go on.
I'm going to go for Razor Ruddock.
He's lost a lot of weight, by the way.
Yeah, I reckon he can still hit. Duncan Ferguson was one of them. But my other one that's really obscure, I'm going for Graham Stack.
Oh,
Arsenal keeper.
Wow.
And I know why.
Wow.
I know why he's picked him. Tell them the story, John.
Why?
Wow.
There's a story to this, is there? Go on, Georgie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the actual story, but I remember listening to a podcast and they was talking about Graham Stack. And it was, he apparently battered, I know this might be different to what Ian knows, but apparently he battered 5 geezers in a nightclub on his own. When he was on a pre-season tour. Not at Arsenal, I think he was at Reading or somewhere like that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if that's the same story, Ian, so you might have to.
The one I can't remember who he was playing against, but apparently somebody either ran onto the pitch or was giving him abuse in the stands, and he went over and basically knocked the face off like a fan somewhere. I don't think he was still at Arsenal at the time. I think he'd moved on, but he just lost a head, and a fan was giving him abuse or ran onto the pitch or something, and he just went over and clocked him one.
Eric Dyer job, was it? Run into the crowd, start a fight.
Yeah, Eric Dyer missed, didn't he?
Of course he did.
But who else hasn't picked? We'll move off this in a second. Who hasn't picked our 3? Go on, Bez.
Okay, here we go. I was fighting who to pick. So Patrick Vieira, of course. I have to say Roy Keane because I just love him, even to play for United, sadly. Yeah. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic because his balls are just made of fucking iron, I guess. I don't know. Excuse me. Another F-bomb. Excuse me, another F-bomb. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get away from the game. More distractions from the game for a minute.
The way Zidane headbutted your man that World Cup final, he'd have to feature as well.
How can I forget? Yeah. How can I forget Zidane? Sorry, I forgot Zidane. But anyway,
Materazzi.
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Socrates have to be in there and all. I remember when he the old Arsenal defender. I remember when he done an uppercut, not intentional, to Raul Jimenez against Wolves. I remember that.
Yeah.
Roger, have you seen Mesut Ozil recently, by the way?
Fuck me, yeah.
He's proper muscular now.
So that's these stupid tweets that he keeps doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's absolutely massive now. He's been going out with Kolasinac a bit more and fighting, but yeah. Very meaty.
That's what Mike from the Gunners pod said, that you only need Kolasinac, and there's no need for 3. You just need Kolasinac. But he said that you could throw in Cazorla there as well because he just make the other people laugh while Kolasinac took care of business.
That's quite calm for Mike, I will say.
Anyway, we move on to Luton. Go for it, Brooksy.
Oh, go on, yeah. So Wednesday night, Luton, I think it's at 7:30. I actually need to check that because I'm actually going to the game now, so I need to actually find out what time the game is starting. Anyone else going?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, go on. I mean, surely. I mean, I know we struggled against them the last game, blah, 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 but surely we're going to batter them. But would it be just the most Arsenal thing to beat Man City on Sunday and then fuck it up against Luton?
No,
Yeah.
One of my
You
earliest
can see
memories
quite a bit
is
of if we get to,
losing in the 1988 Littlewoods Cup final 3-2. And Nigel Winterburn missed it, but no, Andy Dibble saved it. And we lost. Yeah.
Was
I
that
tried it in there. No, it was at Wembley, yeah. We lost 3-2 to Luton. They've won and only trophy I think they've ever won. Was against us.
as well about Wednesday? Samby can't play as well, so that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's been good for them. I
don't think we've just got to be careful. Like, you just be like, they're not going to be easy. Like,
no, I mean, fair play. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When they started the season, I didn't think they were going to get many wins, and I thought they were going to be doomed. But they've been very, very good. A lot of their games, they're always in games. They haven't been thrashed that many times. They're scrapping for their lives. I mean, fair play over their budget. Look at what a disgrace Burnley, Sheffield United have been. Luton are coming out of it with a great deal of credit, and their manager is a very decent, manager and decent footballing man for what they've been through with their captain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to come and have a go and make it as high as we can for us. I mean, I think they've got an easy game Saturday. I think they've got Tottenham away, so they'll probably win that one. And then, the only worry is, of course, if we do beat Man City or lose, what it's going to take out of us mentally, obviously, and they need to then crack on again for the Wednesday game. That's the worry. Complacency is going to be very important the next few weeks.
I wouldn't mind seeing them make a couple of changes for that.
yeah, I think he will.
I think he will. I think the likes of Smith Rowe may well start.
I think Zinchenko may start, Smith Rowe.
Jesus will definitely start if he doesn't start against
Trossard, Tomiyasu. You might be seeing. Do you know that man who used to be a midfielder called Thomas Partey? They might play in.
It would be a good game to play some of those players in, you think?
Yeah.
Because the following Saturday, I believe, we're away to Brighton at the tea time kickoff. So,
and then
the games are coming.
Tuesday, it's Bayern, so.
It is Bayern, yes.
Something like have we got that 5 or 6 games in April? And I think because I know they were saying something about Tottenham don't play.
Oh, you ain't got a game for like 3 weeks or something. We've got 6 games.
Yeah, we played 3 times or 4 times in that time. So.
Yeah,
they 15 days off, and we 4 games in that time before we play them. It's crazy.
It's a joke.
Do we need to be careful about this Luton game? And it is one of the last opportunities to rest players. But how do you feel about that? Because Luton, as we saw I know it's different. Obviously, at home you have that little ground, and it's a special atmosphere. But it took literally a last header of the game winner from Rice for us to beat them. Do we need to be careful about resting players against them, or is it just a necessity that we have to rest players for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think we have to. I think we have to be prepared to take a chance. In certain situations, like as you said, our schedule is hectic over this month. I think we've 9 games in April, between league and a couple of games with Bayern. So I think we have to be careful not to basically run lads into the ground. I think it was great that Saka didn't play any of the games for England. Personally, he basically got 2 weeks off.
And Gabriel
2.5 since the Porto game. But Rice has played 180 minutes in the last week.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Absolute joke. Everyone else gets a rest, but no, he has to play every bloody minute.
Odegaard played a lot of time for Norway as well. So
he come off after an hour. The other game. So
I think Sparks is offering a very welcome reward if the team go 3-0 up there. Thank you, Sparks.
That made me work harder, to be fair.
Anyway.
Against Luton or City.
To be fair, though, say we're thrashing Man City at half time, we're 4-0 up, and it's all going well. He might start taking players off in.
Yeah, we did that against Sheffield United and Burnley. It's exactly the same, isn't it? So
Cedric can come on, get another appearance for his medal.
I see it.
I just want you to remember this comment. Like, so we have to hold Sparks to this.
Screen grab.
Somebody take a picture quick.
To be fair, if we win the league and Champions League, I think we'll all be doing it.
Yeah.
If we win the Premier League and Champions League, I'll be seeing by the end of that.
Oh mate, I'll just be running around naked. I say just. It's just just try not to get carried away. It happened last year. I got carried away and it went a bit wrong.
That's why I need to get my sight back for that, Brooksy.
Yeah, go on.
Don't worry.
I'll be a miracle worker, mate. Seeing it, it'll make everyone else blind, but you'll see again.
Not only Brooksy.
I like Sparks' optimism, but for the love of God, please let's not get carried away, man. Come on, please.
Yeah.
So, predictions anyway.
You said it before, Bez. Like, we need to take it one game at a time.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, I'm a Christian as everyone here in this group, but please, I love to have a nice Easter, and the person loved that last year. But please, one game, one step at a time. Of course, we'll love to win both, as we said in the previous encounters. Who wouldn't? As we said in the play, said it in the last one in the Champions League. We went through the last one, the penalty shootout, which was great. I'm trying not to say any more F-bombs, I promise, for tonight. But please, let's not... How can I say this? Let's not get too carried away, please. Again, I'll keep repeating it. Sorry, let's not get too
on
far.
that note, I reckon
we're fans. We're supposed to get carried away.
We're going to win 5-1.
But please, I know. What can I say? What can I say, man? What can I say? 20 years in the making of it, and plus the Champions League final in 2006 hurt even more as well. Don't forget.
Actually, for Bez, I'll add one more. We're going to win 6-1 on Wednesday. There you go. I don't know who'll score a goal. Colin Morris will bum the one in. We're going to smash them.
George, give us a prediction for the women's game as well. You're going, aren't you, on Sunday?
I'm just saying Sunday could be very messy because apparently we have a planned trip to Pop World after this.
Oh, go on, they're still going. Tremendous.
So the women's, I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. And for Luton, I'm going to take it like Bez said. 5-0 Arsenal.
Good boy.
Love you, George. I love you, mate. Hey, bro. I love you.
With an Eddie hat.
Eddie, yeah. He might well start, actually.
Hey, look, you'll be like this. You'll be like this after the game.
Oh, if he scores a hat trick, let him.
I'll say well done, mate. I'll say well done to his auntie. That's fine.
Ian, what you reckon?
For the women's game, I'm going to go 2-1. Like, we all know Chelsea are a quality side. But I think in a bit of revenge after the disaster in the league game, I think the women will be well up for it. And I'm going to go 2-1, and Katie McCabe is going to score the winner. There you go. And for Arsenal Luton, I'm going to go 4-0. I'm going to go 4-0. I think a couple of early goals and we'll just control the game. And as Spark said, well, he was start pulling players off and rest them.
What do you reckon, Mark?
For the women, I'm going to go 1-1 and we'll win it on penalties.
Oh, no.
And
Don't
I'll go 3-0. 3-0 for the Luton game.
Mate, don't do that to me. I've had one penalty shootout in the last 2 weeks. I can't.
Yeah, we won it.
Yeah, I was in tears. Raya saved that just because I knew what to do. But yeah, I think with the Chelsea game, they'll definitely score, and I know what will happen. Lauren James, first 10 minutes, she'll probably score a banger, but then I don't know. It was just saying what Beth Mead said the other day. She was like, it was embarrassing the way we played, and for those who watch the women's game, players don't normally come out and say stuff like that strong. That she was saying it was our worst performance of the season. So I think
they're full strength, George. Have they got any injuries?
The only one I think out is Amanda Illerstedt. because she's having a baby. Really inconvenient, to be fair. She could have waited after the cup final.
Very selfish.
And I think Tina Blackstenius went off with a bit of an injury, but I think she'll be all right. So we've got all the main ones back, really. Miedemar is still, I don't think she'll be fit. But what didn't really help...
She doesn't seem to be the same player since she's had that injury.
No, but what don't really help is Chelsea was able to rest players last night because of the Champions League, so because they was already through. But I think it'll be a similar team to what played the other night to what played Sunday. But who knows? Jonas does what Jonas does. If people watch the show, they know I'm not the great.
No, we'll have a wonderful time, George. Hope you bring them luck. Be safe and enjoy Pop World. And let's hope you're celebrating a double win.
Yeah, hopefully.
No pressure then. For the ladies, I'll say 4-1. Last year was there, so 4-1 the ladies. Oh, God. 7-0 maybe for the men's on Wednesday. I guess I'm asking too much.
Go on, Sam.
Don't get carried away. We're going to win 7-0.
Look.
Take one at a time.
It's a cracking game. I love Keith McCabe. Also, the Irishman descendant. I think Declan Rice. I want to have a cracking game on again against Luton again. That'll be nice to see again. And when he scored the last-minute winner, when they said, "No, stop celebrating, guys. It's not biggie." I mean, come on. We pay £100 million for this man, and he scored the last-minute winner against Luton. Of course, it's a big deal. Come on.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Give it a rest.
He may well get rested against Luton.
No,
If he doesn't, then someone else.
Throwing it out there.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, fine by me. Fine by me. I rest my case.
After he scored the last-minute winner against Man City, he can have a rest.
how many will start at 6?
Oh man, I love this team, both men's and ladies, despite everything that's going on.
Yeah, don't get carried away, but I take that 4-1 cup final victory. Come
on, I want them the same again against these scumbags anyway.
See Emma Hayes tears. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what I'm for, like to give her to end her season like misery because she wants to win all the trophies, and I don't think.
I can't say too much, but I think she's a vile woman. But
you probably because she wanted to win the quadruple as well, so and she still technically got a chance of that. So and that I'm there for that.
Okay.
Sounds good, George.
Yeah, we'll have a wonderful time, mate, and enjoy. And I'll see you on Wednesday, George. I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Right. Well, I think that might well be a wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for all the lovely comments and questions, and everyone that's taken their time out of their busy schedule to come and say hello. Very much appreciated. Thank you to all my wonderful guests. Ian, thank you very much, sir, and for all your wonderful work on the computer. Very much appreciated. We're like a proper show now. We're not like a poor man's cousin.
Yeah. No, thanks very much. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And again, as you say, thanks to everyone for the comments and the questions. Fair play. They're very important to the show. So thanks.
Mark, thank you very much for coming on. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on again.
And George, always a pleasure as well. And like I said, I'll see your good man self in the flesh next week.
Yeah. Looking forward to it, mate. You have to put up with me, bro. Oh, unfortunately.
No, he's harmless.
Yeah. Moving on.
Make sure you're one
harmless
piece on Sunday.
Here can have a negative connotation, Ian, as you well know.
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah.
And Bez, thank you very much for joining us, mate.
Thank you very much. Let's end the month strongly. Let's start the new month even more positively. That's what I say.
That's it.
Absolutely. And on that note, is that the show next Thursday will be a happy, joyous affair after Arsenal women have won their cup. The men have given Man City a beating, and we've kicked the Hatters back down the road. Yep. Thank you very much, everybody, and good night. Yeah, go on. Still top of the league.
Have a good one.
Thank you very much, everybody. Take care.
Thanks, everyone. Bye now.
See you later. Bye.